It's a very real thing to be going through behind the scenes.
So easy for me to jump on board with this.
On the public stage, Meghan seemed to embrace her new royal role with confidence.
I'm sure he's great.
The Duchess of Sussex is making headlines once again, but this time, it's not about a glamorous public appearance or a bold statement. It's about an emotional moment that left her in tears. Reports are swirling about Meghan Markle breaking down in a way the public has never seen before, fueling speculation about what could have pushed her to this point. You are about to uncover the shocking details behind her distress, from mounting pressures to behind-the-scenes tensions that may have finally reached a boiling point. Stick around as we dive into the emotional turmoil that's shaking the Sussex camp. You won't believe what's really going on behind closed doors. Hey, quick favor before we continue. If you're enjoying this political content, please take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Most of you watch without subscribing, and it's completely free, but it helps us out a ton. Have you done it yet? Really appreciate the support.
When Dove reached out to me, it was so, as I was saying to you, it's just so easy for me to jump on board with this because their whole campaign right now for self-esteem is inspiring confidence in young women. And I think it's timely right now, the conversation of feminism and women feeling empowered, but to plant those seeds starting really young. And so, you know, last night we had a workshop talking to not just young women, but also to mentors, teachers, people that are going to be able to like cast this messaging with a wider net so that young girls can really maximize their potential. And yeah, it feels organic and right and good, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
And when you see the reaction that you get from these people that are coming up to you after you speak to them, how does that make you feel? What kind of reaction were you getting?
I mean, talk about a self-esteem boost, right? It's just so nice because, you know, I understand that now people know me from Suits, but that is not what my whole life for the past 34 years has not been that. There's been struggles and challenges and my own battles with self-esteem. So to be able to look at my life full circle and say, not only have I been able to achieve something that I never thought would have been possible, that with this platform now I am able to really inspire people to know that they can do that too is the most humbling. It really is.
For years, Meghan Markle has presented herself as a strong, independent woman determined to carve out her own path. Yet, despite carefully curating her image, cracks in the facade are beginning to show. Reports indicate that Meghan recently broke down in tears during a private moment, overwhelmed by the relentless scrutiny, ongoing legal battles, and crumbling public support. Could this be the moment where the weight of her decisions finally caught up with her? After stepping away from royal duties and attempting to rebrand herself as a Hollywood power player, things haven't exactly gone according to plan.
It began with such joy. On the public stage, Meghan seemed to embrace her new royal role with confidence.
I am here with you as a mother, as a wife, as a woman of color, and as your sister.
But backstage, coping with the glare of intense media scrutiny while dealing with the everyday pressures of motherhood is clearly taking its toll. In an ITV documentary, we see for the first time the extent of her fragility.
I don't know what the impact on your physical and mental health of all the pressure that you clearly feel under.
I would say, look, any woman especially when they're pregnant, you're really vulnerable, and so that was made really challenging. And then when you have a newborn, you know,
it's a long time ago, but I remember, you
know, and especially as a woman, it's a lot. So you add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed. It's
After the much-publicized Meg-Sit, Meghan and Prince Harry sought to establish themselves in the entertainment industry, striking multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify. But reality hit hard when Spotify abruptly ended their partnership, calling their content efforts lackluster. To make matters worse, Hollywood insiders have whispered that Meghan is struggling to find a solid footing in the industry, with A-listers keeping their distance. Rumors even suggest that Meghan's attempts to befriend the likes of Taylor Swift and other major celebrities have been politely ignored. Has the Hollywood dream turned into a nightmare?
It's a good point, because that's what some of these entertainment outlets here are talking about. Radar Online with the headline, Royal Dilemma, Meghan Markle struggles to find footing in Hollywood. Prince Harry refuses another show business disaster. Aside from that, that's translating to Meghan struggling in Hollywood to, what is she a producer? Because for a while we heard she was going to be this big, powerful behind the scenes producer. Meet Me at the Lake, which is something you referenced in our conversation. But we were told that they really wanted to do a lot of behind the scenes work. Is she a podcast host? Well, Lemonada, not only did Spotify give her the boot, Lemonada Media has postponed her podcast till 2025. Is she still an actress? Because there's a Suits reboot, and everybody's asking, is Meghan Markle going to be in the Suits reboot? There's a lot. Is she an influencer? Because everyone says she wants to be like Goop with American Riviera Orchard. Is she going to be the next president of the United States? I mean, it feels silly, but at the end of the day, the conclusion that we came to is like, is she going to be anything? Because where is the tangible result of any of this talk?
Adding fuel to the fire, reports of tension between Meghan and Prince Harry continue to surface. Some insiders claim Harry has been feeling isolated and homesick, while Meghan is more determined than ever to cement their status in the U.S. Could their differing priorities be taking a toll on their marriage? The constant pressure, dwindling public sympathy, and never-ending criticism may be straining their once unbreakable bond. And now, whispers of a potential trial separation have begun circulating, something Meghan reportedly fears could further damage her already fragile reputation.
Meghan Markle.
Harry is whipped. Do you know the expression whipped?
I'm familiar with the phrase.
I won't use the full expression. But Harry is whipped like no person I think I've ever seen. I'm not a fan of Meghan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. And I wasn't right from the beginning.
Same
I think
to
poor
you.
Harry is being led around by his nose. Okay.
If Meghan was hoping for a warm reconciliation with the royal family, she might be in for disappointment. Reports indicate that King Charles and Prince William have drawn a firm line, making it clear that Meghan will not be welcomed back into the royal fold. With Harry's UK visits growing fewer and farther between, speculation is rising that Meghan has been completely cut off from the inner royal circle. Sources claim this harsh reality has left Meghan feeling deeply hurt. And with no one left to turn to, the emotional strain has reached a breaking point.
Their media. Look, Will, you're probably feeling a sense of relief at the moment over in London, knowing that Harry and Meghan won't be moving back anytime soon. Donald Trump has ruled out deporting Prince Harry. There were, of course, calls for Harry to be deported if it turned out that he lied on his USA visa application about his past drug use. But Donald Trump, well, he obviously has a bit more on his plate than dealing with Prince Harry, and he's told the New York Post that he isn't interested in throwing Harry out of the country. He said, I'll leave him alone. He's got enough problems with his wife. She's terrible. Gosh, Donald Trump is funny. He never misses.
And then, as if things weren't already difficult for Meghan, the U.S. President Donald Trump entered the conversation with his signature bluntness. Trump, who has never held back his opinions about Meghan Markle, recently made scathing remarks about her, fueling even more controversy. He suggested that Meghan has been a disaster for Prince Harry, accusing her of manipulating him and dragging him away from his family. Trump even hinted that Harry might soon regret the decisions he made under her influence.
I'm not a fan of hers. I wasn't from day one. I think Harry has been used horribly. I think someday he will regret it. A lot of people are saying I'm very good at the prediction business. I think someday he will regret it. He probably does already. But I'm not a fan of hers at all. And I think she's very disrespectful to the Queen that we just spoke about, who's such a great woman, who's such a great person, historic person. I think she's very disrespectful to the royal family, but maybe most importantly to the Queen. And I just... from day one, I never got it. I see her, I listen to her. She's trying to do things that I think are inappropriate, very inappropriate. But I think Harry's been used and been used terribly. It's ruined his relationship with his family.
Completely.
And it's really, really, I think it hurts the Queen.
His comments sparked a media frenzy, with supporters praising his candor, while critics slammed him for his harsh words. But one thing is clear. Trump's remarks only added to Meghan's growing list of public humiliations. Sources close to the Sussexes claim that his comments deeply upset Meghan, as she fears they may resonate with the public, further damaging her already fragile reputation. Could this be why she was spotted in tears?
And today we end with Meghan Markle's new Netflix series. The show, titled With Love, Meghan, is already stirring the pot, and not the way she might have hoped. The 8-episode show, set in a lavish estate in California, includes lifestyle tips on cooking, gardening, and crafting, delivered with Meghan's signature charm. However, critics have labeled it tone-deaf and laughable, accusing the former Duchess of promoting an unattainable fantasy under the guise of relatability. From harvesting honey to walking through manicured avocado groves, the trailer has sparked both mockery and debate. With Love, Meghan is shaping up to be this year's most polarizing Netflix series, even before it's released.
Let's not forget the relentless media scrutiny that continues to hound the Duchess. With growing public fatigue over the Sussexes' repeated grievances and tell-all interviews, Meghan has found herself at the center of a major image crisis. Even once supportive outlets are beginning to question whether she has lost touch with reality. Could this growing backlash be the final straw? Some believe Meghan is realizing that public opinion is shifting against her, and the realization is proving to be devastating.
She got no advice on royal protocol, forcing her to learn how to be a princess all on her own.
Joining this family, I knew that there was a protocol for how things were done. There's no class and some person who goes sit like this, cross your legs like this, use this fork, don't do this, curtsy then, wear this kind of hat. Doesn't happen.
Another lie. And by the way, Meghan, if you don't like me calling you a liar, just sue me, and we'll go through all this in court. The Sunday Times discovered she was actually handed a 30-point dossier, studiously researched, brimming with information and contacts. Meghan later simpers that she never wore bright colours to show respect, because she's all about respect.
So I was like, well, what's a color that they'll probably never wear? Camel, beige, white. So I wore a lot of muted tones, but it also was so I could just blend in. Like, I'm not trying to stand out here.
No, the last thing Meghan Markle would ever want to do is stand out. But it's all another lie. Photos taken by the evil, bigoted British press show her wearing pretty much every colour.
In a world where public opinion can make or break a career, Meghan's battle for sympathy seems to be an uphill climb. While she has her loyal supporters, a growing number of people are questioning her authenticity. Her frequent interviews and public statements, once seen as bold, are now perceived by many as repetitive grievances. Could this be the reason why she's struggling to gain back the public's trust? With the media shifting its tone and fewer people willing to defend her, Meghan may be realizing that the tides are turning against her.
Yeah, it's all desperately sad, and if you believe the gossipy reports we're getting, there are elements of the book and elements of the Netflix film that he now wants to tone down. What is clear is that Meghan wants to destroy the royal family. That is absolutely clear, and laughing boy Harry has been going along with it and is now beginning, I think, since the Queen's funeral, to regret it. In the end, it isn't the monarchy they're damaging, it's themselves. They will finish up utterly, entirely friendless, and with nobody being interested in what they have to do.
With Hollywood distancing itself and public sympathy dwindling, Meghan may be considering a return to activism as a way to regain relevance. In the past, she has been vocal about social justice, gender equality, and mental health awareness. Some insiders suggest that Meghan could try to pivot back to these causes to reshape her public image. However, will people accept this shift, or will they see it as another calculated move? Only time will tell if this strategy will help her regain favor or if it will further deepen the skepticism surrounding her motives. As Hollywood turns its back and the royal family closes its doors, Meghan Markle finds herself in a precarious position. Her carefully crafted image is unraveling, and the harsh realities of fame without a solid foundation are beginning to sink in. The pressure is mounting from all sides: failing Hollywood deals, a fractured marriage, public disillusionment, and political figures weighing in on her downfall. Can she recover from this growing wave of rejection? Will she attempt to reinvent herself once again, or is she on the brink of stepping away from the limelight for good? Her emotional breakdown may just be the tip of the iceberg, signaling an even greater crisis looming on the horizon. The world is watching closely. Will Meghan Markle rise from the ashes, or is this truly the beginning of her downfall? Share your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the world's most talked about figures.